first thing that we're going to make are the legs. And we're going to make a big sausage. Then we're going to fold it in half and then we're going to cut it so that we're going to have 2 legs of the exactly same size. Then we're going to leave a little bit of fondant, and this is going to be the foot, and then we're going to roll it. Then we're going to cut the part of the foot diagonally, and then we're going to work on it to make the ankle a little bit thinner. This time we're going to roll in the middle between the ankle and the bigger part of the leg. And this is where the knee is going to be. So you don't want to roll it all the way around, just the back part of it. Now let's put the leg upside down and we're going to press in the middle of the foot so that the heel is going to come out. And then cut diagonal last bit of the foot so that the nails are going to be in proportions. For this cake topper, we're not going to make the feet properly as they're not going to show, they're going to be underneath, so it's going to be fine. But I think they're already made really nicely as they are. So we can bend them now and we can leave it on top of our dummy. Once that we've done our legs, we're going to start making the body, which we're going to start making a big drop shape. Then we're going to flatten a little bit, and then we're going to keep pressing on the right while holding with the left hand as well. So let's pick it up now, because it's going to be much easier for us to do the next step, which is to roll the upper part of the body so that we're going to create the neck. Then we can put it again on the board and flatten a little bit more. In the middle of the body with our leaf shaper, we're going to press it and curved on the edges a little bit so that we're going to create the breast. After we've done that, we're going to insert a cocktail stick inside the body, and then we're going to insert it onto the dummy. At the moment it still looks a little bit weird, but we need to cut a ball first so that we're going to add the girl bum. Didn't think I was going to say that, but well, here it is. And then the rest of it at the front of it to make the belly. Then we're going to blend everything together, because once we're going to put the dress on top of it, if there is a gap, it's going to show as well, and we don't want to do that, obviously. At this point, I've decided to add a line between the breast so that we could model this part a little bit more. And then we want to press this part here near where the arms are going to be more realistic. In the middle of the neck, we're going to draw a line, and then one on the right and one on the left, and then we're going to rub it slightly because we don't want to show the lines too much. Now we're going to make a dress. I wasn't sure which color to use. I wasn't sure if I was going to use blue or pink, and then I thought, oh, let's use yellow because it's going to be a neutral color really. And as usual, I always like to make the clothes on top of the cake toppers so that it's going to be easier for you when you are home and you know the technique that you're going to use too. So let's wrap the fondant on all over the cake topper, and then at the back we're going to pinch it and then cut any extra fondant. And then to make sure that we're not going to see any awful line, we're going to rub it with our leaf shaper, and if you want as well, you can use a little bit of butter. Now to make the neckline, I'm going to make a U shape. I'm going to cut a little bit to make sure I'm not going to cut the fondant underneath this part, and then I'm gonna take it off even from the back as well. Once we took off the fondant, this part still looks a little bit rough, so we're going to amend it. We're going to make it look nice and cut it a little bit extra if needed as well. And now it looks much better, right? With the ball tool, we're going to press where we're going to add the arms, so that when we're going to add the arms are going to look more natural. The next step that we're going to do is creating the arms, and it is almost the same technique that we used for the legs. So we're going to make a sausage, and then we're going to fold it in half and cut it so that we're going to have two arms of the same size. Then we want to roll it to make the wrist, leaving a little bit of fondant, and we want to cut diagonally to make the hand. Halfway through the wrist and the bigger part of the arm, we're going to roll again to make the part where the elbow is. To make the fingers, first of all, we're going to make a cut diagonally. Then we're going to make another cut and take this part away. And then we're going to turn the arm around and make 3 cuts, so that we're going to have 4 fingers. Now we need to pull and round the fingers a little bit. Just be really careful, because as the pieces of these fondants are really small, you could break them easily. So let's model them. Let's give them a little bit more of a natural movement, and let's put the arms next to the body. One I thought to put it on top of the belly, and the other one at the bottom of the belly, like this. Now we need to prepare the body for the head, and to do so we need to cut the cocktail stick as it is too long, and also cut the neck diagonally. And now we can move on to make the head. We're going to start from an oval, and in the middle we're going to make a line with our fingers, so we're going to make a little bit softer. Then with our indexes, we're going to press them towards the middle so that we can create the nose. And we're going to pinch it and lift it up so that the nose is going to come out. Then we're going to round the outside of the nostrils with the leaf shaper, and this is going to take a little bit. And then we're going to make 2 holes for the nostrils. After that, we're going to draw a line to make the mouth, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper. And then we want to rub it with our finger, the top lip. Between the upper lip and the nose in the middle, we're going to draw a line with a really small ball tool. And then with a leaf shaper, we're going to model this part from the middle towards the side of the face, so that the lip is showing a little bit more. Once we've done that, we're going to move on to make the bottom lip, and we're going to shape it pushing and lifting the fondant, and with the finger I rub a little bit here because I want to this edge to look a little bit softer. To make the chin coming out, let's pinch it with our fingers. And then on each side of the lip I'm going to make 2 holes as well. At this point, let's take the extra fondant away from the neck. And again, as you can see, I'm still working to make the chin a little bit better, as I was still not happy about it. This girl is going to have her eyes shut, so I'm starting with a bowl of pressed fondant, and then I'm gonna cut in the middle, and I'm going to apply each part on the eye, and then I'm blending to make the fondant look a little bit more flat. At the bottom of each eye, I'm adding a very small strip of black fondant to make the eyelashes, which are slightly longer, as they look a little bit nicer if you add that little piece of extra fondant at the end. To make the eyebrows, I'm using some brown gel paste, and I'm painting a kind of an arc. And on the eyelid, I'm using some very soft pink powder. For the lip instead, I'm using a pink gel paste. But because I thought it was too strong as a color, I just water it out and make the lips a little bit lighter. Then I've added some light pink on his cheek. And then using the same color as the eyebrows, I've added some small dots to make some freckles, as I thought it could look a little bit prettier. Finally, to finish off the head, I'm adding 2 ovals on each side of the head to make the ears. And then I make 2 lines internally, one bigger and one smaller in the middle of it. I think that the last bit that we have left are only the hair. So to do so, we're going to roll some black fondant long, which is going to be a little bit thicker, and this part is going to go at the top of the head, and instead it's going to be thinner on the other side, which are the tips of the hair. To glue the hair onto the head, I'm simply using some water. And then I'm putting the hair on top of the head, starting from the middle of the head, and then cutting all the fondant, as I want the hair to look a little bit wavy. And also I like to roll the tips of the hair as well. Now let's cut the hair at the bottom of it, as I thought they looked too long. And now let's add another piece of hair on the left side of the girl, but this time they're going to go at the back of it. I don't know if you can notice, but the head is actually crushing a little bit the neck, And meanwhile, I've added a little bit more of fondant onto the neck as I didn't like it too much. And this happened every time I rushing, instead of leaving the body to dry and then move on something else. While I'm doing this cake topper, I've noticed that Chiara Ferragni is wearing a yellow dress. I'll show you, look. So I thought to make something similar, but something that is really easy to make, really simple, but that can still brighten up the dress. So for that I decided to use red gel paste. This is from Wilton, and I put some red gel paste here with just a tiny bit, but really tiny bit of white. And now I was thinking to use this ball tool. This is the very small one, and I'm going to add just 3 dots all together. 1, 2, 3, like this. I'll show you from near as well. Hope you can see it better. And now some on the skirt as well. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and for next week I'm preparing something that it is really popular these days. So I really hope you're going to enjoy that video as well. In the meantime, you might want to watch other videos on my channel. And I really hope you're going to have a nice week. But as usual, don't forget to be creative and have fun. Bye bye!